Going to be the last one I'll do for a while, unless I get some more new movies. Um, Whenever I actually have the money to do so. But this movie I'm talking about is Last Action Hero. That's right, Last Action Hero. Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Yeah, Last Action Hero. You don't like Last Action Hero? Then fuck you. So, anyways, Last Action Hero came out in 1993, and it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, F. Murray Abraham, Art Carney, Charles Dance, Frank McRae, Tom Noonan, and I have to say that Charles Dance and Tom Noonan make great villains in this. I love the villains in this. They are really cool, and the use of music's great too. This is a great soundtrack too, and I'll get to that in a second. But it's directed by John McTiernan and written by Shane Black and David Arnott. And Shane Black actually wrote the Lethal Weapon movies. There's actually a Lethal Weapon reference in here. And John McTiernan directed Predator and Die Hard and Die Hard with a Vengeance and 13th Warrior, which he's known for doing action movies. And this is basically an action, comedy, thriller, fantasy movie. This is like a boyhood dream come true right here. Is actions, and this is a plot which there's not a lot to read. Action-adventure superstar Arnold Schwarzenegger bursts through the screen as bigger-than-life movie hero Jack Slater in the non-stop action-adventure from acclaimed director John McTiernan, director of Predator and Die Hard. Now, the plot of the movie is about a boy named Danny Madigan, or Daniel Madigan, who he's a movie buff. And he's a big fan of action films. He loves action movies, and he's very aware of the cliches of the genre. So he's a big, his favorite, one of his favorite actors is Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he also likes this character of Jack Slater. So he sees Slater 1 and he sees Slater 2, Slater 3, and he gets to see Slater 4. So in the process of seeing Slater 4, he receives this magical ticket. And when he sees Slater 4, the magical ticket sucks him into the movie. So he gets sucked into the movie and goes along for the ride with Jack Slater or Schwarzenegger. And that to me, if that happened, I would just totally crap myself, because that's fucking badass right there. And this is a movie that received some, went through a lot of script treatment because it had trouble with the script and that. I think where the film suffered is it was supposed to be released during the summertime. Actually, Burger King did a promotion for this, and I remember the promotion for it. I did have a Last Action Hero cop, and I don't think I have that anymore. I don't know what the hell happened to it. Maybe I still have it. Maybe I should try to find it. But I wish I could, because it'd probably be a collector's item. But this movie came out the same year around the same time that Jurassic Park came out in 1993, and Jurassic Park beat the movie out. And I must admit this, Jurassic Park is a really great movie. I do love Jurassic Park. I don't give a shit about the Jurassic Park sequels, Jurassic Park 2, 3, and this new one coming out, Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World. I could give a shit about any of the sequels, but I really do like Jurassic Park, although I think the movie is a little bit overrated. I don't say I can hate Jurassic Park. I do like it. I do think it's a good film, but I really think that this is a better movie than Jurassic Park. People can be mad at me if they want. I don't give a shit. I really like this artwork on the back right here, this kind of comic book type looking stuff. Aside from the T-800 Terminator, and Conan, and the character of Dutch that Schwarzenegger plays in Predator, Conan the Barbarian, the Conan movies, and the Terminator. I really think that the four most iconic characters he played has been T-800, Terminator, Dutch from Predator, Conan, and then Jack Slater. This is a very iconic character that Schwarzenegger played. And there's a part of me that thinks, well, and I know this is kind of, I'm going on kind of a tangent. It makes me wonder if they could have done a sequel or two to this, if it would have been any good. And it's like, there's a lot of movies that really don't need sequels and stuff, but this is one of those that would have been really interesting if it had a sequel. But it didn't do very well because it came out at the same time Jurassic Park came out. But when it came on VHS, it did very well, and on DVD and Laserdisc and DVD as well. And it has received more of a following nowadays. But still, people tend to hate on it. A lot of film critics tend to hate on it, and fans. And this is a rather lackluster release for a film on DVD. The film picture quality and sound is amazing. I really love it. But my biggest complaint about it is the menu, and I will show you the menu in a little bit. But even the DVD packaging could have been a little bit better. It does have really good packaging. I really wish they would have made a special edition of this. Yet again, this is a movie that was released by Sony Pictures. And one of my older reviews that I did, I talked about the original 1990 Captain America. That was released by Sony Pictures too. So thank you, Sony Pictures, for fucking us, okay? Sony Pictures, you just stuck your dick out and you put it in my hole and just fucked the shit out of me. That's what you did when it came to Last Action Hero. You fucked the fucking shit out of me in my hole with Last Action Hero, okay? Thanks, because, I'm glad that they gave it a good, the VHS release was good. I don't want to complain too much because they actually did make the effort to release it on DVD. I got this brand new for $1, which was awesome at Hastings. Bargain price. There's some people that probably didn't want this movie, but yet it's cool that it was that cheap and I got a deal on it like that, brand new. But the thing is, my biggest complaint about this movie, about it is distribution. I feel like the distribution of this movie could be a little bit better. Sony kind of mucked that up, I felt like. I don't know. It was just kind of a bad deal from the start, but it really is a great movie. It really is, and I hope that they release it on Blu-ray for the Blu-ray fans, and I hope that they maybe make a special edition Blu-ray and DVD. I mean, it has a fan base, it has a following, and I don't see why not. The atmosphere and the storyline is really cool. It's a very fun movie. The humor and the action is really well mixed up. And the fantasy element is there too. And I really love the soundtrack for this. You want to talk about a really badass, kick-ass soundtrack for an action movie. Holy fuck. Heavy metal and hard rock. Mostly heavy metal though. But got bands like AC/DC, Alice in Chains, Buckethead, Telsa, Megadeth, Aerosmith, Def Leppard. I mean, you can't go wrong with the soundtrack for this film. Holy fucking shit. I mean, I love the soundtrack for the movie. I mean, the soundtrack by itself is really great. And even the instrumental music, which is composed by Buckethead. All the instrumental music is composed by Buckethead, and he does an amazing job. It's kind of got a Western tinge to it, which is really cool. And the look of Jack Slater is great, too. The dark brown leather jacket with the red shirt and the blue jeans and the snakeskin cowboy boots. Looks fucking awesome. And the car that he drives around, his convertible. So it really is a really fun and cool movie. And like I said, this is kind of a boyhood dream come true. A lot of us boys of the 80s and 90s grew up on Schwarzenegger. 80s, us 80s and 90s kids are just fucked up. I watched, when I learned what it was like to become a man, I discovered Schwarzenegger. It's Schwarzenegger, you just pump the muscles, show them up, pump them up, there we go. Here's the muscles. So, I saw Terminator, and I saw Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and Conan the Barbarian, and Conan the Destroyer, and then I knew I was ready to become a man after that. It's like, I'm ready to become a man. It's Arnold, do the Arnold impression, And one of my favorite lines in the movie is completely over the top, completely hilarious, is a line said by Arnold where he grabs a guy in a cab and when he goes to the real world, because he leaves the movie world, and he grabs the guy and he's like, You think I was gonna say, hasta la vista, baby, or I'll be back? How about this one? Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Try and say that 3 times fast. So I really like, and I don't think that was quite dead on, but I tried. I really liked that part. I thought it was hilarious. You know, it really made me laugh really hard as a kid, and it was really badass. It still is really badass. I understand the film probably even more now than I did then, and you know, Daniel Madigan, or Danny Madigan, kind of reminds me of myself. He doesn't really like reality that much. I don't either, and he lives in a little bit of a fantasy world, liking these kind of movies, and his reality is not quite what he wants it to be, and these movies provide him an escape, but they also provide him a way to relieve tension and stress and focus on something other than his crazy real world that he lives in. And that's what it's like for me too. I just, you know, the movie is a personal movie. I find the movie not just to be a great action adventure fantasy movie that's really fun type of movie for girls and guys, but and for almost all ages, but the movie itself is also a very touching movie too. You know, it's kind of what it's like to learn about life in some way. I think it has some kind of a meaning behind it to an extent, you know, and something that Jack Slater says to Daniel Madigan that I really found very touching, that had a lot of very touching moments in the movie, along with the humor. It had kind of a lightheartedness to it, as he says, your world is what you make it. And I think in a lot of cases that is very true, you know. I remember when as an adult and as a teenager, some of these things, because I am a sensitive kind of guy, got me a little teary-eyed. I'm not a person that cries easily, but it was some deep stuff. It had its moments. So I mean, who says you can't find deep messages in action movies and stuff like that? You can. This is one of those that kind of has some of that kind of deepness to it, but also it's really over the top and funny and humorous and really action-packed. And in ways, as much as I could say this, I want to say that it's kind of a movie for headbangers, kind of one of those headbanger action movies. You like heavy metal, you like hard rock, you like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, this is the movie for you. Last Action Hero. Yeah, all right. So now, after this review, I'm just going to briefly show you how shitty this menu is for the movie, and then that will conclude my review. So this is the fucking menu for the DVD, the most generic main menu you could make for a DVD, and it's really rather disappointing, the DVD menu for this. I mean, what's even worse is they show the fucking Sony Pictures Columbia TriStar logo right up here, which that really pisses me off. I don't give a fuck about the company, I just want to see the movie, but at least they make the right to include the theatrical poster off here on the corner. And it's pretty generic in that. This is the most generic DVD menu I've seen, along with Mad Max 2 DVD menu that I own of DVDs. And as far as the film is concerned, the film, when it was released upon DVD, it did not get released in the widescreen format. It was only released in full screen. Although the picture and sound quality are really amazing, which that's great. It's a shame because the movie could have gotten a better release upon DVD. It hasn't yet gotten a Blu-ray release. It needs one, and I really feel that they could go for a special edition DVD and a Blu-ray, because I really love this movie. Along with Terminator and the original Conan the Barbarian, this is my other all-time favorite Schwarzenegger movie. Matter of fact, my 3 favorites would be Terminator, Conan the Barbarian, and Last Action Hero. Those are my 3 all-time favorites. And I really feel that this needed to get a better release. But this is what we're left with. It's good that it got a release, but it's also a little bit sad that Sony could be this lazy with the DVD release. So that concludes my review for Last Action Hero.